Hey, hey! Let's talk about why horoscopes don't always work. First off, I want to ask you a question. Do you know your moon sign? What about your Jupiter sign? Or your ascendant? If you have a job that works with the public in one way or another, be it public relations or marketing or customer service, honestly, anything that puts your face or your voice in front of another human, your midheaven is actually going to play a huge part in how you present to the world. If you don't know where each and every one of these placements are in your personal natal chart, then you're going to be missing things that you should be able to prepare for based upon the planets that are currently transiting through those signs and asteroids. So much more. And y'all, that's not the end of it in any way. Moving past our sun, moon, and ascendant signs, we have more personal planets, including Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Sometimes we may have multiples of these planets, all kind of condensed down into one sign or one house. I know some people really like to use the house system Placidus, and I do use it on occasion, along with Regiomontanus because I do horary astrology as well. I personally like to use the whole house system. So if you have 4 planets, 5 planets in your 9th house in, say, Sagittarius, then they're going to be in that one house in the whole sign system. But using Placidus, if you're switching over to that other house system, you may find that those are split between your 9th and 10th house or your 8th and 9th house. So it can shift your perception of the energies. That's really not what this video is about, so I don't want to go much more down that rabbit hole. Let me know if you'd like to hear more about that. So back to the original discussion. If you have a stellium, which is multiple planets, 3 or more or 4 or more, depending on which astrologer you're talking to, in a given sign or house, then there is an extreme concentration of energy in that sign. So for example, let's just say your sun is in Scorpio. So you read your Scorpio horoscope in, we don't really use newspapers anymore, but you Google your Scorpio sun horoscope first thing in the morning, and maybe it never fits. It is very possible that that's because your moon is in a different sign. Let's just for this purpose say Pisces. And you might associate your inner core with your moon a lot more than your sun. You may not feel like your sun sign, especially if you're young. Or if you have a stellium over in the sign of Gemini, Scorpio sun is never going to feel right for you. Or maybe you have Jupiter in the sign of Leo, which is going to be a very different feeling energy than sun in Scorpio. See why reading just your sun sign isn't going to work?